What up? What's up? What's cracking? Hope all is well with you guys. Thoughts of a Predicate winner back at you with another one. And if you have been living under a rock, as I always like to say, you may not know that Kendrick Lamar just dropped a new album recently, 2 weeks ago. On said album, I love this album. It's hard. It smacks. One of my favorite songs on the album is called Whacked Out Murals. And if you go back and you watch my initial first time reaction to this song, which I shared with y'all, the one gripe that I had with this song was when he says, and I quote, white comedians can't talk about black women, that's law. You know what I mean? He created a new law, essentially. Let me just go ahead and play that. Let's play it for the sake of context. Right here. Here we are.
Out of my cup, I sober up and knock them all off. Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman as law. I know probably gonna work for them and fuck who.
Oh, bro, like, man, that's fine. Let comedians talk about whoever they want to talk about. But he's going off. I don't care. Let it go. Now, that's first listen. As that video continued to grow and people continued to comment on said video, there was somebody that commented on it that was like, yeah, that didn't hit you right, did it? White man. Which is whack. It's whack because we have a major momentum shift happening right now. If you've also been living under a rock, you've just been living under a different rock, you don't understand that, like, woke culture is getting canceled. Cancel culture is getting canceled. It's over with, bro. It's done. It's a wrap. So I've been waiting patiently after seeing how people just took this way, way past the proportions that it was made to go. And I didn't know at the time that I even did this that he was talking about Schulz, which is what most people are saying because Schulz said something in the form of a joke amongst friends. And Schulz's thing is like, everybody can get it, bro. That's what comedy is. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Puerto Rican, Mexican. Doesn't matter, bro. Whoever you are, you can get it. And if you exclude somebody from that group, that would make it racist. So, nah, everybody's getting it. Point blank, period. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But comedians should be able to just talk about whatever they want to talk about. Even if you don't like it, it's comedy. The minute that we start taking freedom of speech away from comedians is the very minute that we're going under. It's over with. You can't edit. You can't lock people's mouths up. Nobody. So I don't like the sentiment of that as it is. However, I do love that song. I thought it was fire. And it did what it was supposed to do. It did what every Kendrick Lamar big moment does, which is create a lot of diversity of thought everywhere, right? Which makes more and more people gravitate to it and listen to it. All right. So my original ideology, my original plan was I was going to do a reaction to Schulz and his response to this because I've been waiting on Schulz to respond to this. I've been on Twitter. People have been like, ooh, Schulz is R.I.P. Schulz. You know what I mean? I'm like, dog, y'all must not know Schulz. Because y'all thinking that Schulz is soft? Like, y'all think Schulz isn't going to respond to this? We're talking about Andrew Schulz. Like, nah, he's gonna step all up into this, bro. All up into this. And sure enough, he did. Yesterday, Flagrant 2, the podcast came out, and we got to hear about his take on everything. So I wanted to bring that to you guys in the form of a reaction. But before I could even do so, another reaction popped up on my feed. And I watched it because I was just thinking to myself, like, let's see what other people are saying about this. This dude made me sick to my stomach. So I'm going to bring up the reactor that I heard react to this first so that y'all can really understand the way people... it's sick. It's gross. But we're going to pull it up and we're going to watch it and I'm going to cook him. So let's do it. And listen, truth be told, I'm normally a turn the other cheek guy. I do try to live by biblical principles. However, man, look, if you're such a fanboy that you're willing to stand 10 toes on something that you got to know is nonsense, like if it like hip hop culture knows about Schulz. Schulz is tied in with Charlemagne. Charlemagne is a big voice in hip hop culture. So you can't tell me that you don't know that Andrew Schulz doesn't mean nothing whenever he's making fun of people. It's who he is. He's a comedy. He's a comedian, first and foremost. But secondly, he's a roaster. He roasts people. So I knew that he was going to roast Kendrick. So if you're going to act like you're such a Kendrick fanboy that you're going to be on the other side of this acting like, oh my God, I can't believe that Andrew Schulz would say this and double down on the nonsense. It's like, dog, come on, man. You're asking for it. So let's pull this up.
The most puzzling jabs that Kendrick threw out was allegedly to comedian / podcaster Andrew Schulz. Now, he never said Schultz's name, so that's why I'm saying allegedly. But Andrew is so excited that he could potentially be labeled the European man that disrespects black women.
All right, right off the rip, bro. Andrew Schulz isn't super excited to be the European man that made fun of black women. He's excited because he likes the verbal back and forth. That's what he does. He's a comedian, dude. He's a comedian. Like, golly, bro. This might even be what this guy's looking for. The Flair Lounge.
That he claimed to diss his damn self. Now, when this song dropped, Kendrick would say this particular line that started this whole controversy. Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman, that's law. It's a very vague line, right? But the internet detectives would find the content, and Andrew Schulz had something to say about how being with a black woman affects you when you're not a black man, and it wasn't the nicest thing to say. But he threw his comedic background in there to make it less offensive, I guess, or at least he tried to.
No, he threw his comedian background in there, dog, because he's a comedian and he was making a joke. What are you talking about, bro?
Take a look at the clip.
You guys don't know about the black girlfriend effect. She just...
Wait, what is the black girlfriend effect? This
you don't know about
just glow up the other culture.
Yeah, so you'll see a guy who's had a black girlfriend, all of a sudden he's got buzz cut, like clean shape up.
Yeah, just look at this racist piece of trash standing next to two black dudes in Indian. Come on, dog. Come on, bro. You fishing. And I do it too. I fish as well, but you fishing in a nasty pond, homie. You fishing in a nasty pond, LaFleur.
I like that.
I like that. They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about shit all the fucking time. That's why they gotta shave their hair.
Nah, bro. White guys with black girlfriends,
they grow a beard because there's more cushion when they get slapped the fuck out of it. That's hilarious. I think the black girlfriend effect. It might be a protective instinct, bro.
You think?
Protective.
Yeah. Do you guys have you ever had black girlfriends?
Yeah.
Have you ever had white girls?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. What's your favorite?
We love them all.
Yeah.
Oh really?
We love them all.
Yeah.
That means white.
Yo, who can
So they're just homeboys having a funny conversation, but it's on camera. It's not like Schulz is trying to take some kind of political stance, and you know what I mean? Like, even what you're gonna see in a minute, even his defense on this is still comedic.
That is what. Hey, let me translation.
Kendrick fans, get him!
We love them all.
That was funny.
Now, I don't have to tell you how that could have been offensive. I also don't have to tell you that Schulz is a comedian that likes to push the line, and to some people that's fair in the comedy world. But in 2024, there is a leash on comedy. Gone.
Think about what he just said right here. Unashamed. Like no shame. In 2024, comedy does have a leash on it. It shouldn't, dog. Nobody should have a leash on their words. All right, so now if we're gonna keep it funky, if we're gonna keep it keep it 100, keep it a stat. If this is what you want, and you want a leash on comedy, which you're insinuating that you do, how long do you think it'll be before they just stop letting you speak? Do you think that you should have a leash on your content here on YouTube? I don't think you should. I think that you should be able to freely speak your mind. I believe that I should freely be able to get on here and use your content and tell you that you're an idiot. You should be able to do whatever you want to do. And that's the point behind freedom of speech. So I don't think that what you're insinuating you want is really what you want. And I think it's just because you're a Kendrick stan, which is nasty. It's nasty behavior, homie.
Are the days where you can say whatever you want without consequences. Protecting black women is a constant subject on social media, so watching a white man paint a narrative that black women are nothing but angry, aggressive, abusive women is honestly grounds for controversy, so he got what he was looking for in my eyes. Now, Schulz would respond.
I'm just gonna let that bar fly. I'm gonna let that bar fly, and we're just gonna keep on going.
With another comedic attempt, but to me, he might as well have just took a shovel and started digging a deeper hole for Black Twitter to bury him in, because it was pretty cringe when I saw what I saw on his Flagrant 2 podcast.
Now, can we all agree too that should we just leave behind the word cringe? Cringe should just be left behind, bro. Y'all use the word cringe too much. Y'all use it so much that at the point now, like when I hear that word, I literally cringe. You know what I mean?
See, Andrew would clap back with the whole "what about black on black violence" outlook of Jace when he basically
he is taking this so serious. He's acting like Schulz came out with a public service announcement. Schulz defended himself in a comedic manner and roasted Kendrick because he's a roaster / comedian.
Basically started rapping off historic rapper lyrics that are abusive and degrade black women. The only problem was they weren't Kendrick's lyrics.
Rappers are telling comedians.
Hold on, this is actually hilarious. Y'all listen to it. This is from the show.
That are abusive and degrade black women. The only problem was they weren't Kendrick's lyrics.
Rappers are telling comedians we need to be more respectful to women. So we gotta sit back and reflect.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They're the most pious group.
Listen, nobody has respected women more.
Hey folks, did you know that this in 19...
That's hilarious, bro. Hold on. Nobody has respected women more.
Through art.
Yes.
Than rappers, okay?
Absolutely.
So I completely understand how a rapper could look at a comedian telling a joke and be like, yo, y'all need to switch that shit up.
Yeah.
How dare y'all keep saying your wives are annoying? Be more like us and, bitches ain't nothing but hoes and tricks. I beat my bitch with a stick, what? You can lick on the nuts or suck the dick. I beat my bitch with a stick, what?
Did you just think of that?
That's a real lyric.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a real lyric from music that protects women. And for decades protects women. And listen, right now the guy on top, Kung Fu Kenny.
He is the guy on top.
He is the guy
He is making sure that comedians, he put a law in.
Yeah.
He put a law in place.
All right, let's see the exact line, okay? Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman, that's law.
Now, I don't know if Schulz understood the assignment, but saying 30-year-old Snoop Dogg lyrics was not
No way he just said that, bro. Now, I don't know if Schulz understood the assignment, but the assignment was for him to make a white man apology because he was inappropriately talking about black women, and it is protect black women and protect Kendrick Lamar at all costs. Let me tell y'all something, bro. Kendrick is my GOAT right now. Kendrick is the GOAT right now. It's okay to not subscribe to everything that your favorite artist or that your GOAT artist subscribes to. It's okay. It's okay to just let it slide, dog. Holy cow, bro. I can't believe some of these people, man. And he is literally a spitting image of what goes on Twitter. Like a spitting image.
topic. Kendrick was all of 7 years.
But luckily, Schulz is a spitting image of just reality, dog. Like a reality of comedy, you know? All right, let's keep this going. I'm gonna rewind a little bit so you can hear his.
No black woman, that's law.
Now, I don't know if Schulz understood the assignment, but saying 30-year-old Snoop Dogg lyrics was not the topic. Kendrick was all of 7 years old when those lyrics dropped in a misogynistic era of the 90s. You see, his problem is with you, Mr. No Seasoning Hitler Mustache.
Maybe No Seasoning Hitler Mustache is what he's saying. Maybe Kendrick's issue is with him. Remember, at the beginning of the video, it was allegedly because Kendrick didn't put a name on that bullet. So in the same frame, Schulz didn't put a name on that bullet when he was talking about the lyrics from back in the day. There were Snoop Dogg lyrics from 30 years ago when Kendrick was 7 years old. Fair game is fair game, dog. It's a battle. You know what I mean? And I told y'all that Schulz was going to come back and he was going to upset y'all. I told you. And no, I'm not talking about black people. I'm talking about Twitter idiots. That's who I'm talking about.
Those lyrics dropped in a misogynistic era of the 90s. You see, his problem is with you, Mr. No Seasoning Hitler Mustache wearing Pilgrim blood having ass boy. He said you are not allowed to speak on our women. It's like, yeah, our family has issues, but that's our business. You don't live here. You don't get to speak on our house, bruh. Andrew and his minions would also put out misinformation that Kendrick threatened to defend abusers, alleged abusers, some convicted, like R. Kelly, Kodak Black, and XXXTentacion.
He's not putting out misinformation. He's roasting. I would love to just have a real one-on-one conversation with this cat, bro. This cat is tripping, dude.
By threatening to take his music down off of Spotify because Spotify made a new hateful conduct policy.
Here's what you gotta understand about Ken. It's very important to him to protect black women. That's why he's never done a song with an abuser confirmed. He's never done a song with anybody that's suspected of abuse. He's never threatened to remove his music from Spotify because they removed R. Kelly's music, who for sure fucked and held captive underage black women. Hold on. This is all very important to Kendrick.
Wait, just let me understand what's going on here, because I think that you're using sarcasm as a comedic device.
It is a comedic device.
But you're so fucking smart right now that I don't know if you're serious or making jokes. Are you saying that Kendrick Lamar put it on wax that he is protecting black women from white comedians' jokes, but not the kidnapping, molestation, and of R. Kelly? And actually, reality, he would take his own music off Spotify to protect R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Someone who's kidnapped,
a sexual predator,
and black women?
Children.
Are you saying that he's done songs with other men who have potentially put hands on black women?
Not potentially, confirmed.
Wait a minute, convicted?
Yeah, I don't know what you call Chris Brown.
Now, he's joking around here, but I agree that this part isn't as funny. You know what I mean? But he's also choosing, of course, to clip things up. I listened to this whole podcast because I was anxiously awaiting to see what his response was going to be. And to be honest, Schulz also gave Kendrick a lot of praise, which obviously he's not going to put in this video. He did say that the album was a bop. He said that the album was hard. He talks about how he actually likes Kendrick. It was all fun and games. It was all just a roasting session, which he's in his right to do so. I mean, Kendrick came at him, bro.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Not breezy! Not breezy! I took a picture with Chris Brown. Hey, bro, I took a picture with him immediately.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
We ain't protecting nobody. Y'all can protect your fucking self.
Everybody gets these jokes over here.
Now that was slick, but it was wrong.
And he stopped it right there. That's where, my friend, LaFlair, that's where you messed up at, bro, because after that, he goes on to say why he can't. It has to be everybody, right? Because if everybody doesn't get these jokes and they exclude one group of people, then they are racist or prejudiced to that group of people. Everybody's got to get it. It is what it is, and that makes total and utter sense to me.
Yes, Kendrick did threaten to take his music down along with other artists due to random hateful conduct policy that Spotify made to pander to a very sensitive online social media climate where they can
you are a sensitive product of that. You are a product of that sensitive social media construct, brother. You are a major product of it. Why is everybody so sensitive, bro? If anything with this momentum shift that's happening in the world right now and within all cultures, I pray. I literally pray, brother, I pray that y'all quit being so sensitive. Like, I am a Bible-believing Christian, and I'm not even as judgmental and as sensitive as y'all are.
Move artists based off allegations alone?
Everybody be asking me, man.
Look. All right, this is the last part I want to get to.
Let me tell you what happened next, because it gets worse. Andrew would get deeper into his white joke bag and do what they are best known for, and that's some gay jokes. Yes, Schulz would go on to say that Kendrick...
Yo, this part is so funny. When I heard this on the podcast, I was in my car. I could not quit laughing. Like, I was literally about to cry.
...is such a small man in stature that he can take that pussy from him and he wouldn't even be able to defend himself. The only thing he would have to decide is if it was consensual or not. I'll spare the details and run the clip.
They'll shoot, they'll do whatever. I'm not a tough guy, y'all do. But just Kendrick.
Hold on. Let's go back just a little bit. Sorry about that.
Have to decide is if it was consensual or not. I'll spare the details and run the clip.
They'll shoot, they'll do whatever. I'm not a tough guy, y'all do. But just Kendrick. I would make love to him, and there's nothing he could do about it. Just Kendrick Lamar, I would make love to him, and the only thing that he could do is decide if it's consensual or not. That's the only thing he could do. If it's me and Kendrick,
That is hilarious, bro. That's hilarious. But facts, man. Enough with the LaFleur guy, bro. Like, I don't know if any of y'all are subscribed to him. That's cool if you are or whatever. I don't subscribe. I'm not subscribing to his channel, and I don't subscribe to that mentality. It's a victim mentality. You either gonna be a champion in this world, or you're either gonna be a shark in the water, or you're gonna be the fish that the sharks eat. Like, you got to decide which side of the fence you want to stand on, because at the end of the day, you're either one or the other. Okay, look, LaFleur, you can talk about the sharks. You can say that the sharks are bad. You can talk to all your friends about how the sharks are going to take over the world and make all the fish do whatever the sharks want the fish to do, and it's so sad and it's sappy. Or you can decide that you're going to be a shark. It's really that simplistic, dog. Like, you have to quit. Like, this is done. Like, we have allowed this to go on for 4 to 6 years, bro, of just constant, like, okay, y'all are sensitive. We get it. Okay, y'all are canceling people because of your sensitivity. We get it. But at the end of the day, it's time to cut all of that out. Like, the momentum shift is happening. It's time that we all come together and we unify. We love on each other. And if you're this type of person and you get so sensitive that you can't stand a comedian making jokes, and you think that the comedian should have a lock on his mouth, and you don't think that the comedian should be able to have free speech, even though the rappers should be allowed to have free speech, or you think that you should be allowed to have free speech, dog, you don't belong in America. I'm just keeping it a buck. It's not a racial thing. It's not like it doesn't matter what, like, because there's white people like this. There's all kinds of people like this. Y'all don't belong in America, straight up, because America is all about the freedom. And I'm a Christian telling you that, bro. Like, you have to put your guard down and just learn to, like, okay, I don't agree with that. On to the next one. You don't have to harp on it. You don't have to sink your hook into it and just bleed it dry, you know? Because at the end of the day, dog, Schulz doesn't care what you think. Schulz doesn't care what I think. Schulz has millions and millions of fans, and he ain't going nowhere. At the end of the day, Kendrick doesn't care what you think. Kendrick doesn't care what I think. He has millions and millions of fans, and he ain't going nowhere. So I don't know why it's of the utmost importance to so many people to just harp on things and harp on things. You know that this was in jest. You know that this was a comedic response by a comedian who roasts people. This shouldn't be taken as, this shouldn't be taken with seriousness at all. And that's just where I stand. And in the same fashion, right? In the same fashion that I'm saying that if Kendrick says something about Schulz, Schulz has the right to respond to that. Kendrick has the right to respond back. In the same fashion that I'm saying something about you right now, you have the right to respond back to me. Everything, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we all should be allowed to say whatever we feel, but especially comedians, because they're the ones that are to hold our ugly reflection in front of us and make us laugh about it so that we can realize that it's not so bad and that we're all in this together. That's the job of a comedian. Andrew Schulz does that job very, very well. And all I've seen you do in this video is try to separate people, and I'm not with that, bro. It's all about the unification over here. So that's all I got to say about it. I just felt in my heart of hearts like I had to share that because I'm tired of this, bro. I'm tired of this. It's time that we move on from this nonsensical way of life and move on to a better place, greener pastures. It's right over here, homie. Right over here. All you got to do is just leave the woke cancel culture BS where it is and just come chill with the rest of us, bro. It's all love. It's all gravy. It ain't no holding grudges. It's all forgiveness. It's all praise, dude. Like, why do you insist on just standing in the BS? Anyway, man, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all. Like and subscribe if you're new, and I will see y'all on the next one, all right? Peace.